Hello friends, Mav's back with another episode of Oxygen Not Included. And as you can tell from the last episode, we've been doing some work down here. We finally got rid of the liquid lock at the top. We've got the transit tube entrance right here for the refineries, and then we've got a transit tube entrance down here for the bottom. So the bottom is finally sealed off from the elements, and we are going to just, well, we should probably add some more pumps. But the reason why we don't add any more pumps is because we've had some power problems. It's been really dramatic for the last 50, 60 cycles, something like that. Finally got this guy going again, which is super good. And I just checked him a minute ago. He's going to go for another 63 cycles. That is amazing. So we've also got this natural gas guys are going. He's going for another 70 cycles. We're going to be good for power for a while. So one of the things that I've got going on right now is I have the natural gas infinite storage up here. I've got it turned off. So I'm not sending any, sorry, not natural gas, hydrogen. I'm not sending any hydrogen in for power production right now. And the reason for that is I need to save up for a rainy day for next time, because last time was so bad. I still haven't really gotten the base recovered from it yet. Last time was so bad. What I did was I actually started bleeding the cooling loop dry of petroleum just to keep these 5 petroleum generators going. And I've been slowly trying to put it back as we've had more petroleum, but you still see I've missed some of the spots here. So we'll let it go for a minute. I also came down in here and I broke down and I put an emergency coal generation station back. I don't have any automation on this. This thing is just running as hard as it can, because my hopes are, because I have tons of coal, still have 63 tons left, is that I can get a little bit of storage of petroleum for the future, because we've run out of rocket fuel. We're not even reloading the rockets right now. So when Ardent Mars comes home, that's its last trip, and Genesis Jupiter is home right now. So the rockets are not going anywhere for a little bit because they're on petroleum and we don't have much. So let's turn that off so we don't forget while we look away. We're also sending water back down in a loop back in on itself. And the reason we're doing that is because 2 reasons. One, we weren't getting enough water here because everything was dormant and I had power problems. But let's actually reconnect these, because we can stop this for now. But I wasn't getting any water to cycle up. No water was coming up through this direction. So these things right here were not getting cooled. And yeah, it just became this downward spiral that we're slowly working our way back into. And we also almost ran out of water in the base. Almost ran out. And that's 3 water reservoirs that almost went empty. I did make a change on our metal tile here. I changed it to gold instead of lead, and now we finally got the negative temperatures that we were hoping for. We do have to get it down to negative 22 Fahrenheit, something like that. Yeah, but now we got deep freeze on our food. So our food isn't going to rot as long as it's in there. So the infinite food storage that I had talked about last episode is finally working. The only problem is I keep running into errors. What will happen is, I'd originally had this at 1 kilogram. So a duplicate would come over, grab some food, the auto sweeper would load it immediately. Well, in that amount of time that one duplicate was coming over to get this food, that food was claimed until new food was put in there. So that could have been as short as 15 seconds. Well, in that imaginary 15 seconds that I'm thinking about, I would get a starvation notification because another dupe couldn't reach any food. And I'd get unreachable food errors. So I changed it to 2, I changed it up to 5, I changed it to 10. Finally, I've changed it to 20, and I'm not getting errors as much anymore. Every once in a while, I'll get an error. But it's cut down significantly on the errors. I also have some of the wrong food down in here, like frost buns. I don't want frost buns in here. I want frost buns up here to get cooked. And like this, I want barbecue and fried mushrooms and frost buns. I mean, we could put lettuce in there too. Yeah, we'll put mushrooms in there. The whole point of the top storage is to hold the ingredients that are going to be cooked into other items, and then those items, once they're completed, get sent down here. So yeah, we got to work on that a little bit more. As far as the sleet wheat saga has gone, we're still no further. I tried replacing all these radiant lines. I did half of them with gold instead of lead, given the success we had on our food storage, because gold has higher thermal conductivity than lead does, even though on the periodic table they're almost identical. But yeah, it's not working. It hasn't worked. So I tried even changing these to gold because I'm trying to move more temperature around. One thing I did do is I added auto sweepers and conveyor loaders in here to pick up the lettuce when it's harvested and move it downstairs. So hopefully we don't have as many duplicate errands on that. The other thing that I was going to do is we've got a mountain of dirt right here, and we got a small mountain of dirt right here. I want to move some of this dirt out because it's not doing me any good. Not doing me any good up here at all. And all it is warm. And so for a while I thought maybe if I moved this huge mountain of dirt out, that would help the cooling. But that doesn't stand to reason because the cooling issues are all the way across, not just in one spot. So it's not doing me any good up here. I'm gonna move it out. Yeah, I'm still at a loss for what to do on that. So if anybody's got any ideas, let me know. With the big power problem I went through, I disconnected a ton of different things. It was so bad I couldn't even get dupes into their Atmos suits. And it was really frustrating disconnecting a lot of different things around the base in order to get enough power to get that to run. Ooh, glass. Let's get that Atomora. Let's get this over here. Because, oh, you broke? Why'd you, oh, too hot? Sorry. Sorry. I didn't realize that. Oh, why? Not enough? Oh, what? There we go. There we go. And then these broken ones, we'll take them out. Take them out. Oh, no, I said deconstruct. There we go. Okay, this volcano is going to go off pretty soon. I'm going to try something. I'm going to leave this open. Hopefully the salt water is going to create a liquid lock for me right here. And If we end up with too much water, it'll flow out. If we don't, hopefully this thing will just keep boiling the brine, and we'll end up with a bunch of steam that'll get sucked up and sent down into our system as water, so we can get rid of the brine. The problem is, I think what happens when you get enough salt piled up, when it heats up enough, it'll eventually turn to not only molten salt, but I think it was ending up as sand again, because I was having the sand problem again. But I've got all the other aluminum swept out of there, so that's cleaned up. So we won't have that as an issue. And we're still trying to slowly push this fluid that way. Hopefully we'll get this stuff all pulled out. The water is balanced very nicely right now. No problems with the toilets. We don't have any polluted water coming in right now, so very little food production. It's pretty balanced with the 5 dupes we have. Not much else is going on. We don't have more polluted mud. Oh. Wow. Well, we can do mud to dirt and water then. That'll be fun. Okay. But at Automora, we did start digging a little bit, doing some exploring just to see what's in here. Came in from this side because I don't have the big lake to deal with. Haven't really found much yet. This has been kind of a afterthought. So what I've been doing is I've been coming in, and just picking out a few pieces just to see what I can find, like to there, and then we'll come back in a little while and see what we got. And yeah, so it's been kind of a struggle for a little while trying to get through some of this stuff, which is why we've had so many cycles go by while I've been working on things. The nice thing is it looks like our natural gas is finally starting to back up, and that's very good. That tells me that this emergency coal system, even though we've burned through quite a bit of coal to do it, is helping us out, and we're starting to stockpile a little bit. And because I've got hatches running right now, I think I'm just going to let that coal run, and it can just burn through the coal. One thing I've been thinking about doing, but I don't want to mess up the works too badly here because I need this to not overflow, is I want to cut out the bottom right here and let all the crude oil and the salt water out. But I don't have the room in my tank here to do that yet. So that hasn't happened. And of course I'm playing the game where I'm pushing this stuff uphill anyway. But I'm starting to mop this up so that we can move it down further. And if we do that, we'll keep it from backflowing this direction. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at for right now. The big goal in mind right now is it's going to just take time, is to get this big muck pit cleaned out and empty, and then not spill any more down here, and then also get the gas vacuumed out of here. And the gas will probably get vacuumed out before the oil gets suctioned out, to be honest. So what I may end up doing is starting my energy project, my geothermal energy project. I may come over here to the right side of the map get that thing cleaned out, or I may go over to the left side. Oh, don't hit buttons during save lag. I may come over here, work on it. It involves digging into and touching the magma, and that is really dangerous. Because if you have any atmosphere up here, it instantly transfers the heat and just nukes everything. And no, we don't want to play that. So, yeah, that's the status of where things are at for the moment. I think I'm going to cut it out right there and work on this a little bit more tomorrow. But thanks for hanging with me, guys. Have a good one.